The Romanov palaces stand as a grand legacy to Russia's imperial past, blending elegance with history. A visit to these historic residences is a journey through the magnificence and brilliance of the Romanov dynasty. The imperial capitals of Russia offer a captivating portal into that world. For 3 centuries, the Romanov dynasty reigned supreme, and they certainly knew how to make a statement. We're not just talking about comfortable living. Yes, we're also talking about architectural marvels designed to showcase Russia's might and artistic genius. It's like stepping into a world of pure fantasy, yet it was all very real. Our first stop is St. Petersburg, the Venice of the North, and the magnificent Winter Palace. This colossal structure is more than just a building. It's a symbol of imperial power and Russian history. It served as the official residence of the Russian emperors from 1732 all the way to 1917, rising proudly from the banks of the Neva River. The Winter Palace lies across an astonishing 233,000 square meters, encompassing a staggering 1,500 rooms. Can you imagine trying to navigate that labyrinth? It's said that even longtime residents would occasionally get lost. This architectural palace reached its final magnificent form under the guidance of the Italian architect Bartolomeo Rastrelli, who completed his vision in 1762. His genius is evident in every detail. The palace's monumental principal facade stretches an impressive 215 meters, dominating Palace Square with its intricate display of Baroque artistry. The striking exterior, painted in rich shades of green and white, features elaborate stucco moldings that seem to dance in the sunlight. And if you look closely, you'll see 176 sculpted figures standing an eternal watch along the roofline, silently observing the city below. Why so many? Was it simply for decoration, or was there a practical reason? The Piano Nobile, located on the first floor, housed the main staterooms and the living quarters of the imperial family. Above, the second floor was reserved for senior courtiers and high-ranking officials, reinforcing the strict hierarchy of court life. Every room in the palace has its own tale of power and prestige. The Jordan staircase with its golden carvings and marble steps welcomed diplomats and nobility, setting the stage for important meetings. The Field Marshal's Hall displayed portraits of military heroes, symbolizing Russia's military strength. The Alexander Hall, dedicated to Emperor Alexander I, amazed visitors with its white columns and military trophies from the Napoleonic Wars. What conversations were held here? What deals were made? The Winter Palace hosted key moments that shaped Russia's destiny. The turning point came during Bloody Sunday in 1905. Peaceful protesters were met with military force on Palace Square, forever tarnishing the empire's image and igniting the revolution. Later czars moved to more secluded residences, though the Winter Palace remained the official seat of power until 1917. What was it like inside the palace during those tense days? What fears filled the hearts of those who witnessed the revolution unfold? That same year, the palace once again became the stage for a defining moment in Russian history. The provisional government's final stand occurred in these halls, and when Bolshevik forces took over, it marked the fall of 300 years of Romanov rule. The palace was stormed, its treasures looted, and its importance forever changed. What was it like to be inside when history shifted so dramatically? What emotions filled the palace during this time of chaos? The Winter Palace, part of the State Hermitage Museum, showcases one of the world's greatest art collections, offering a glimpse into Russia's imperial heritage and Romanov rule. But while this St. Petersburg icon is the most famous of Russia's imperial residences, the Catherine Palace in nearby Tsarskoye Selo tells its own story of royal ambition and artistic achievement. Our next stop takes us to Tsarskoye Selo, just outside St. Petersburg, where the magnificent Catherine Palace awaits. Initially a modest 2-story building commissioned by Catherine I, the wife of Peter the Great, the palace grew into a symbol of imperial grandeur through the years. In 1752, Empress Elizabeth, daughter of Peter and Catherine, enlisted architect Bartolomeo Francesco Rastrelli to redesign the building, transforming it into a Baroque masterpiece. Rastrelli's design created an unforgettable blue and white facade adorned with statues and pilasters. Inside, the palace boasted 58 rooms, each more opulent than the last. The golden enfilade, a series of staterooms, represented the height of Rococo style, with gold leaf and intricate stucco decorating the walls. What kinds of parties and celebrations took place in these dazzling rooms? But among the many remarkable rooms, one stood out, the Amber Room. It was a breathtaking work of art crafted from amber, semi-precious stones, and gold leaf, and was celebrated as the eighth wonder of the world. But its fate remains a mystery after being demolished by German forces during World War II. Was it destroyed in the bombing of Königsberg, hidden away in a secret location, or could it still be out there waiting to be found? In 1979, Soviet authorities began an ambitious project to recreate the Amber Room, which took 24 years to complete. The reconstructed room opened in 2003 to Russian craftsmanship and cultural perseverance. While it's not the original, it gives visitors a glimpse into the beauty of the lost Amber Room. Another remarkable Romanov residence awaits, the Peterhof Palace. Known for its stunning fountains and gardens, offers another view of Russian royal power and architectural magnificence. Our next stop takes us to Peterhof Palace, located 30 kilometers west of St. Petersburg, on the shores of the Gulf of Finland. Commissioned by Peter the Great as a response to Versailles, Peterhof was designed to show Russia's growing power on the European stage. The palace construction began in 1714, with Peter personally involved in the design process. His vision transformed a coastal site into a regal residence that rivaled the grandest palaces in Europe. How did Peter the Great manage to bring such an ambitious vision to life? The Grand Palace, although relatively modest in size, is striking in appearance. It began as a two-story villa and expanded under Empress Elizabeth's reign. With the help of architect Bartolomeo Rastrelli, the palace's striking Baroque style became an even more prominent thing with the addition of a third floor and a small domed church. Inside the palace, each room offers a story of changing imperial tastes. Peter the Great's oak study is preserved in its original style, offering a glimpse into his private world. The throne room, expanded during Catherine the Great's reign, showcases a gallery of Romanov portraits. The Chizma Hall honors Russia's naval victory in the Battle of Chizma. What stories do these rooms tell about the lives of Russian emperors? But what truly sets Peterhof apart are its revolutionary fountains. The lower park, designed in a formal French style, contains 140 fountains, powered entirely by gravity, an engineering marvel. The Grand Cascade is the centerpiece, with 64 fountains and 200 bronze statues, creating a stunning display. How did Peter the Great and his engineers manage to create such a sophisticated system without modern technology? Peterhof, like many imperial treasures, suffered during World War II. Restoration efforts began immediately after the war, continuing into the present. In 1990, UNESCO recognized Peterhof's exceptional value, adding it to the World Heritage List. Our final stop takes us back to Tsarskoye Selo, where the Alexander Palace stands. Built in the Russian neoclassical style, this palace was commissioned by Catherine the Great in 1792 for her grandson, Alexander I. It was completed in just 4 years by architect Giacomo Quarenghi. Although Alexander I didn't spend much time here, the palace became increasingly important to the Romanovs, especially under Nicholas II. Nicholas II and his wife Alexandra chose the Alexander Palace as their primary residence after the events of 1905, valuing its privacy compared to the Winter Palace in St. Petersburg. Empress Alexandra oversaw significant changes, including the incorporation of Art Nouveau elements into the palace interiors. What was it like to live in the palace during this period, as Imperial Russia began to crumble? After Nicholas II's abdication in 1917, the Alexander Palace became less of a refuge and more of a gilded prison. After their house arrest here, the family was moved to Siberia and tragically executed in 1918. What must the Romanovs have felt as they left this palace for their final time? After the revolution, the palace served various purposes, including as a museum, orphanage, and even a German military headquarters during World War II. In recent years, it's been restored, with some rooms of the royal family now open to the public. Visitors can now see these rooms as they were when Nicholas II and his family lived here, offering a moving glimpse into the last days of Imperial Russia. That's a wrap on our royal tour. If you love discovering the splendor of Imperial Russia, make sure to subscribe and explore our older videos for more captivating stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.